Howdy y'all, Greg C in Tennessee here again. I got something a little different than what I've done previously. Now, this one requires a disclaimer. I have become an Amazon affiliate. If you buy one of these products using the link that I've got down below, then I can get compensated for it. So please feel free to get one of these for yourself. You'll see why in a few minutes. So let's get started. All right, so this is, like I said, a little different. This is an Amazon product. This is the Amazon Basics bread maker. Now, to be absolutely transparent about this whole thing, like I said previously, I am an Amazon affiliate. If you buy one using the link down below, I can get compensated for it. So feel free to buy one because I could use compensation. Help me buy some more neat stuff to check out. So this is the Amazon bread maker. This is the Amazon Basics bread maker. Currently, they're going for about $170 on Amazon, obviously. Now, as you can see, this bread maker has a whole bunch of different settings on it, 14 to be specific. You got your basic bread, you got French bread. Let's see, what is that one? I can't even read this. Whole wheat. Quick, I'm not sure what quick does. I haven't actually made a quick bread. Sweet bread, gluten-free, I've done that. And just plain dough. And then on this side, we've got kneading. So if you want to just knead something, if you got some sort of dough, like pizza dough, maybe you just need to knead it. You need to knead it. So cake, express. You can make jam, yogurt. You can actually bake in this thing. It does have heating element in it. And homemade, I'm not sure what homemade is as opposed to anything else. I made the actual demonstration of this video a few months back, back when we were still in the apartment. So if the background looks a little different, that's why. But I just became an affiliate, so I made the video ahead of becoming the affiliate. I kind of put the cart before the horse. But now that I'm an affiliate, like I said, feel free to use the link below to get one of these because they're really nice. I'm going to demonstrate now how it works, and I'm going to tell you that I'm really happy with this purchase. It's great for making homemade breads and doughs and all sorts of different things. You can actually cook in the device itself. It comes with a cookbook that gives you a bunch of different basic recipes. I've used some recipes from a site called All Recipes, and they come out really good. I've made wheat bread. I've made oat bread, which is one of my favorites. Standard white bread. I've made gluten-free, although I need to check the recipes because the gluten-free always comes out really nice until after it bakes, and then it collapses and comes out really dense. Great flavor, it's just kind of dense, and it ends up like a half loaf. So, but let's demonstrate how this thing works. And like I said, the link down below, if you feel the need or the urge to get one of these, just click on the link below, use that, and I'll get a little compensation for doing these videos. So let's move on to making some bread. Okay, so the Amazon Basics bread maker is a 2-pound non-stick bread making machine. Comes in black or white. They do charge more for the black one at the moment for some reason, but there's always a Amazon Prime sale coming up where I'm sure you can get a good deal like I did when I got this one. So let me show you some of the features here. It's got the removable pan. It comes with measuring devices. So we got tablespoon on this side, teaspoon on that side. This comes with it, which is nice. This is a handy little handle. This is multi-purpose. This can be used to pull the bucket out when it's warm. And it's also for, well, once you make the bread, the paddle that does the mixing Gets stuck in the bottom of the bread most of the time. So you just put this in here and you just pull that out of the bottom of your loaf. I'll show you once we make a loaf of bread here real quick. So that just sits in the bottom like so. And this is the heating element inside the machine. And this is the attachment for the motor. It moves this piece around here, which moves the paddle, which I just showed you. So we've got a bunch of different types of breads you can make. You can make regular basic bread, your French bread, whole wheat. Quick bread, I'm not quite sure. I haven't tried that yet. Sweet bread, gluten-free bread for those of you who have gluten allergies. It's good to know you can make gluten-free stuff. Dough, you can use that just to make regular dough if you're going to make bread, or you can use that for doing pizza. Pizza dough can be done in there. If you want to not bake the bread in the machine, you want to just mix the dough and then put it into a bread pan to make like a standard traditional loaf. It's also got kneading. It's got a cake setting, express setting. I'm not sure what that is. Jam, so you can make jellies and jams in here. You can make yogurt in this thing. You can bake, and homemade, I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I'm sure it's homemade goodness of some sort. You've got your menu button. You've got your time, so you can adjust the time. You can do either a half-pound or a 2-pound loaf. Loaf, oh, that's to adjust the 1.5 or 2 pounds. The color is going to give you your light, your dark, your medium. So it's going to be how the crust of your bread looks. Start and stop, obviously. Cycle is just going to cycle. You change the cycle that you're in at any given time. So let's get some ingredients together and start making a loaf of bread. All right, so I've gathered my ingredients. I've got bread flour, I've got some whole wheat flour, salt, I've got my mixing bucket, got some honey, measuring cups, I've got some instant dry yeast. Instant dry and active dry are pretty much the same thing. They can be used interchangeably. And I've got some water that is at 110 degrees or thereabouts. The reason you want to use warm water is it helps the yeast to activate. So I had 1 1/8 cups. I'm using a recipe to make honey whole wheat that it doesn't come with the bread maker itself. There are recipes in the bread maker, in the back of the bread maker manual, but this is one I found on allrecipes.com. And it's a honey wheat, it's a honey wheat. And there's notes that change the recipe that's on all recipes just a little bit. It's kind of a modification, but it should work with no problem. So we're going to use 1.5 cups of bread flour, 1.5 cups of wheat flour, 3 tablespoons of nice raw organic honey. We're going to use 1.5 teaspoons of the active dry yeast, and a third teaspoon. Actually, this modification calls for 1/4 cup of honey and 2 teaspoons of melted butter. And a teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to add a little more salt. Using butter instead of the original recipe calls for vegetable oil. Actually, the water goes in first. I'm going to put the honey in second. Then I'm going to put the dry ingredients on top of that, and we're going to set this thing to baking because that's all you have to do. Okay, so I've got my melted butter. I'm going to pour that into the pan here, like so, along with my already heated water. I'm going to put the honey in there next because It's basically another liquid ingredient. We're going to put the flour in. Let me get 1 cup of flour. So actually I misread the directions. It's 1 cup of bread flour and 2 cups of the wheat flour. So I'm going to put 1 cup of bread flour in there, like so. And I'm going to put 2 cups of wheat flour in here. All right, so I get 1 cup of wheat flour, like so. There we go. There's 1 and 2. Wheat flour is available at your local Walmart, or you can go to, I think you can buy it in bulk in Sam's Club if you want to make a lot of wheat bread. It's also available at all your finer grocery stores for the most part. You want to get whole wheat. You don't want to mess around when you're making bread. All right, so our flour's in there. We're going to put the teaspoon of salt, like so. Perfect. Teaspoon of salt. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little hole in the middle of my flour here. And that hole is going to be for the yeast. We're going to take our yeast. I'm going to put 1.5 1. Now, some of you old-fashioned bread makers will be looking at this and wondering, why didn't you make the yeast rise first? Well, because this is the instructions that come with the bread maker. So we're just going to do it like this, the way the bread maker says to make it. That's the instructions that are given when you buy the bread maker. It says put the ingredients in that order. So there's our ingredients. We're going to put this in the bread maker and get it started. Now we're ready to put the ingredient basket into the bread maker. So you put it in on a little bit of an angle and give it a twist, lock it. Close the lid. Find an outlet to plug your bread maker into. Bread maker starts up. And you can see right now it's on basic. We want to go to whole wheat, which is 3. And we want it, we're going to keep it at a medium. It's going to cook for 3 hours and 40 minutes is our total cook time for a 2-pound loaf. Now we could change the loaf to 1.5 pounds, but I'm going to keep it at 2 pound. This is a 2-pound loaf recipe. And all we have to do now is just hit start. Now I read a lot of reviews on this before I bought it. The reviews are pretty good. I do have it sitting on a trivet, a little rubber trivet like this. The reason being is once this thing starts to really making the dough, which you'll see it's doing its thing right there. Once that turns into a dough ball, this machine will have a little bit of difficulty moving it around, so the whole machine will start to rock and roll. That's what I've heard, and that's why I put a trivet under it to keep it from moving too far off of the countertop. So we've got 3 hours and 40 minutes to go. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch the whole tedious process for 3 hours and 40 minutes. Nobody would want to watch that. But this is your initial stages of mixing. And once it gets a little farther along, we'll come back and look at it some more. All right, so we've been going for about 8 minutes now. And you can see we got a ball in there. I can open it up. You can see it's doing a good job. It's made a nice ball of dough. I'm going to close that back up and let it finish doing its thing. Okay, as you can see, our bread's been baking or in the bread maker for a little over 2 hours now. And it's risen quite a bit. I'm going to give you a quick peek. And there's what our bread looks like after about 2 hours. It's rising nicely, looking pretty good. So our bread just finished. We're going to open this up. I've got an oven mitt on. I'm also going to use my nice little hook. We're going to grab the handle, give it a little twist, and we're going to pull the bread container out. And we're going to put this over here. I'm going to take the bread out of the pan carefully using the oven mitt so I don't burn myself, which would not be pleasant. Just flip it over like so. Looks like I need to coax it out of the pan. So I'm going to use a nice soft spatula just to break the seal on the edge. Let's flip this back over. There it goes. Oh, I wish you could smell this. It smells delightful. You can see right here where that piece came out. Sometimes it'll get stuck in there, which is what this little dealie is for. You can just plug that hole just like so. Yeah, I wish this was smell-o-vision because it smells delicious. We're going to let that sit and cool for just a smidge. And then we're going to slice off the end and enjoy it. So the bread is cooled down a bit. I've sliced off the end. You can still see little steam coming off it. It's not quite cool yet. Time to put some butter on there. Ooh, this is gonna be good. It's a shame you can't smell it because it smells really delicious. Wow. Homemade goodness. So there you go. That's the Amazon Basics bread maker. That's it. That's the Amazon Basics bread maker. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, if you click on the link below, I am an affiliate now, so I will get some compensation if you use that to purchase one of these. Like I said, they're going for about 70 bucks right now on Amazon. On their Prime days, you can get them for cheaper. I think I bought this one on a Prime day, so I actually got it for like 15 or 20 bucks cheaper than what they're going for now. So if you want to wait, that's your prerogative. But like I said, use my link. So please leave your comments, share this with your friends and family, and thanks for sticking around and watching the entire video with me. And I'll see you in the next one.